everything has been changed from man's greed and power. Well, no more. But while they are being attacked, people are now becoming more and more aware of how cruel people in power are. And also people are thinking, as humans beings do, well, there for the grace of God go I. We have to defend ourselves. In America it's very different to here. But nature is being tampered with, and some of the cycles of nature are being changed. But we are fighting and working with energies that are so low and have been there for so many years now. Miracles can happen, but this is going to take time. Well, good evening, and you have all made it to 2013. And you always were going to make it to 2013. It has been a great change of energy, and I know some of you have felt this. You have felt energy coming in waves, and again, as it's been happening for many months now, changes within the body. And that will continue till about March. So do not be afraid. Do not think you may be ill, although you do be cautious, of course. But symptoms are, of course, pains in the body again, feeling very hot, sometimes dizziness and fainting, and feeling sick. Headaches, of course. So be sensible about this, but know that as you're in your daily life, these changes are happening, and as you sleep at night particularly, you are being aligned. Because the universe is still changing, it's forever changing. And as you sleep at night, the moon draws out sodium and toxins from your body. So it's important about getting good night's rest. And I know that some of you have been saying, because of the symptoms you've been experiencing, a lot of you have been waking up between the hours of 3 AM and 4 AM. This is because at this time the energies that are changing and the sodium being taken out of your body are at the highest peak. So do not be concerned about this, but do all you can to get your sleep. Keep the room well aired. Use essential oils if necessary. And do take a light food if you have to eat in the evening. And of course, better with still water than alcohol or caffeine. But this will change, this is changing, and we are pleased that you have gone through this, and we know that some of you were very frightened. And while we could assure you, for the people that are very frightened and in fear, it did possibly little, but we knew here all would be well, and it would pass, and you would come into 2013, and by the time you get to the June and Julys, things will change, people will change, your bodies will be healthier, and the aches and pains of the past year or 18 months that you have all been feeling, or some of you have been feeling, will pass away. and things will start to grow and come back again. And nature has a wonderful way of bouncing back, and she will do that. She will bounce back and produce the flowers and the fruits for you. But nature is being tampered with, and some of the cycles of nature are being changed, and they're being changed by mankind, by machinery. And so you must bear this in mind. It is not all in the hands of nature, because nature is being disturbed, but it will fight back and it will bounce back, and again you will, in the summer months, feel so much better. Things will start to change as well. The economy will get a little bit better, although it will have its ups and downs. But as people becoming more aware of what has been happening and what is still happening in the banks and in some of the big companies, then they will have to, as we should say, speak their truth, because they will not be able to do anything else. They have been found out, should we say. And while these companies in some cases offer very good service, they have to also be fair to the customers and be fair where the money is distributed. So that will again make your economy stronger, and it will make people feel that little bit better, a little bit more easier and better. So lift up your heart to look at the sun. Look at your beautiful planet. There will be some storms, there will be some quite heavy storms, and particularly in the hotter countries you will see quite a lot of small tsunamis, should we say, but they will be quite fierce at times. But again, if you pray and stay in your groups, as I've said on many times, as you know, some of these things can be quelled by sending the love and the light to certain areas, and I beseech you to do that, because the power of the prayer to source is more powerful than you will ever know. And what is going on in our world of spirit and in our unseen world again is so powerful. We have no fear for you, because we know everything is working as it should be. And although it seems very hard for you to understand that, you have to trust. Trust that God knows, and everything is timed. We cannot push things. We cannot push nature. Where the scientists try to push nature and bring things forward quickly, they may do for a short period, but they will not have the same quality of food that they have when they let nature do her own thing. So I would say you have nothing to fear. You have everything to look forward to. Let the sun shine on your face. Let the sun shine in your heart. Be with each other, care for each other. This is the mantra. And know that as the lighter nights start to come in, as they are doing, you will feel better, your energies will get higher and lighter, your vibrations will go higher, and the negativity that you've had, the thoughts that you've had, will start to fade away. Trust Your planet is not going to be destroyed. How many times has mankind tried to destroy the planet? God will not allow that. He will not allow that. He knows everything that goes on. And He knows it before you know it. And He knows when you say your prayers, what you ask for before you even ask. It's all there. It's all there in the divine truth. So trust in God and trust in the world of unseen and the angelic realms and in the spirit world, because we are working with you. We are by your side. You are never alone. So walk your path with your head held high, and do not let the darker energies pull you back, for they are being penetrated with the light of God, and the world is changing. As it was promised to you, the world would change, and it started, and it is now like a roller coaster. And as you see, things are happening every day. Things are being brought out into the light to be healed. And while some of them may seem scary and scandalous, have no fear, it has to be. So we can get on into the world that this was meant to be, and into the world that this once was, where people loved and cared for each other and cared for the animal kingdom. And again, I am very, very disturbed about some of the acts that are happening in the animal kingdom. It pains my heart to see and to feel what's going on. So again, send your love out. Although it may just seem like a prayer to you, the power of it is magnificent, and it changes the vibration. So when they are poaching the elephants, when they are killing the lions, when they are doing all these awful atrocities, send your love out. Send your love out to the animals. Send your love out to the area. And that way we can conquer the world and make it beautiful. So carry on doing all the good things that you are. And thank you once again from my heart for being with me and listening to the messages, for it is important to get these messages out, to spread these simple words and simple actions, but so powerful. So just go forth with love in your heart, connected to your source, and we here in spirit and you on planet Earth will change it to the beautiful energy and the beautiful planet it is.
So thank you again, Diana, and I'd just like to ask you quite a few questions with the principal purpose of perhaps allowing you to explain the stuff that Anne and I know in our heart to be true in a way that other people might understand. And that's no criticism of the way you express it, of course. At the moment, the poor and the disadvantaged and the least able to stand up for themselves are being attacked in society and demonised. And there seems to be a concerted attack on these people. And these are the least able to defend themselves. And I'm just wondering if you have a word about that, and if there's anything that people watching this can do about it, because there seem to be no advocates for these people. The opposition, in quotes, seems to have disappeared, and this is something that troubles me in particular.
Has this not been all through history? Well, indeed it has. But this time it's different. Trust us, it is different. Yes, while it appears, and they are indeed being attacked, but while they are being attacked, people are now becoming more and more aware of how cruel people in power are. And it will take time. But I don't think it will take as much time as you here on the earth think. People are opening their hearts, like you, Jack, has just said, and realising that they are being punished. They're being punished for something that is not their fault. And I would ask you all to think about this and to work on it with your heart. And send good vibrations into the atmosphere. Vibrations that these people will one day prosper and change and remember. Even the meekest amongst you, just remember all the sayings. They will grow. And while it seems so awful, without all this coming out and showing how destructive the government is, how can we change it? And of course, they're going to go for the people that can't defend themselves. But you know, this has been going on silently, where you probably, or most people, would not realise. It's been going on for a very long time, the cuts. Not as savage as now, but underneath the surface. Now they're out in the open. They're blatant. So now you know, and now you and everyone can start to do something about it. We in spirit will help all we can, but we need the human form. We need you to do the best you can, in the best way you can. And things will turn around, because as I say, people are now becoming aware and opening their hearts. And also people are thinking, as humans, beings do, well, there for the grace of God go I. So that will certainly change the way people look and react, because things have changed so much over the past 4 years, 3 to 4 years. And now they are being so blatant, and now you can all start to work on it. Work on it from the inside. First, send your love out to them. Send your thoughts out. Send positive thoughts out to the people that are disadvantaged. Change the energy. Change the energy around the planet. That's what you have to do. You have to change the vibration. And then you will see a massive change. Do you understand that?
Yes. Thank you, Diana. Now the next question is something I never thought I would even be in a position to ask, let alone ask it. Simply because I know that you abhor violence, and I share that. But it's nothing to do with violence. It's the situation in America regarding the move to take guns off people. The Second Amendment. And again, I don't know how familiar you are with this. Perhaps that's a naive question. But have you any word for people who are confused by this whole debate about guns and the right to bear arms to stop tyrannical governments moving in? Because history has also shown that governments that remove arms from the population in a very short time start to treat them just as the Nazis, like Pol Pot in Cambodia, and like Stalin. So I'm wondering if you have any views on that.
Well, I would prefer it if there were no guns at all, as you know. I hate any killing machine. But we have them. And I totally agree. We have to defend ourselves. In America it's very different to here. America culture has been brought up with guns, and so it's very difficult for other countries to understand this. And I would like to say just get rid of all the guns, but that's here in spirit, it's not here being practical. And if all the guns are taken away, as you say, what will happen? People will be undermined, and it will make people fight against each other. There could be civil war with this, and it is very concerning. So, I know that you've been watching certain people, and it is a difficult question. But I think people have to go with what they feel is right for them. And you have to defend yourself. So, I think people do have to have the right to have their own guns if that's so. I wish that was not the way, and one day it won't be the way. But we are fighting and working with energies that are so low and have been there for so many years now. Miracles can happen, but this is going to take time. But my stance is people have the right to defend themselves. And I understand what the governments are trying to do. Does that help in any way?
Massively. Thank you again, Dana.
And there will become a time when people will clamour to come on the workshops. Remember, you've only been doing them a very short time. Although it may seem a long time to you, you know, it really is a very, very short time. Maybe to take time out at some time, maybe just a half a day, to walk in nature and to get ideas. The ideas are there and we are sending them to you. When you're tired, things seem harder, and so in the next 2 weeks, I would say, make a little bit of space, just a couple of hours, to go and ponder in nature and let the thoughts come streaming through.
Thank you, Dana. Maybe I should walk in Elgar's footsteps.
Well, yes, indeed. And his music, you know, will inspire you. So I know you're going to buy some of his music, because you know I loved his music. You know, when I was so lonely and when I spent many hours on my own, his music lifted my spirits and got me through some of the most incredible hard times and took away some of the most painful hurts that were in my body and in my heart. Play his music, get inspired. That during December and even now, the energies were very dense, they were changing, the energies were going from dense to light, from dense to light. This was having an enormous effect on your body. The energies at the moment are finer in the morning, and as the day goes by, they're changing from higher to low, and as I say, this will find its pattern, but at the moment the mornings are the finer vibrations. And whether you find that you get more work done in the mornings, than afternoon, it is because the energies are finer and they affect the brain, they affect the pineal gland. And also, although you've had dark days, of course, you do get more light in the morning, and that again connects with the pineal gland. But certainly while the mornings are dark and the light comes in, then as the light comes in and the sun tries to filter through, then that's when the brain is more active, more clear. So do any of your important work in those hours. Is that helping?
As everything you've said, thank you. No more questions.
And as more hearts open and you and like-minded people like you doing similar work, the energies will just get to mass proportion, and there will be one beautiful massive change. You know that, you can feel the energies changing. More hearts and more minds are opening to what's been going on for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, how things have been changed, the music, the notes, the numbers, the Bible. Everything has been changed for man's greed and power. Well, no more. No more. The day of reckoning has come. And so go about your work, lift your heart up, and listen to Elgar. And I'll leave you with that note. And until we meet again, God bless you both, and thank you. From my heart, we speak soon. Wow.
Amazing stuff.